Good morning, children. In today's class, we are going to learn a new lesson in chemistry, atomic structure. Today we are going to learn the introduction of this lesson under three important headings. They are discovery of nucleus, Rutherford's atomic model, and the limitations in Rutherford's atomic model. Before we start the learning of discovery of nucleus by the scientist Ernest Rutherford, let us have an idea about John Dalton's atomic model. John Dalton was the very first scientist to propose atomic theory. He was the very first scientist to talk about atoms. According to John Dalton, atoms are indivisible. Atoms are indivisible. Atoms cannot be divided further. Atoms are the smallest divisions of matter. So these were the ideas of John Dalton. The ideas of John Dalton were proved wrong by the famous scientist J.J. Thomson. J.J. Thomson discovered the negatively charged electrons. J.J. Thomson's atomic model is called Plum's pudding atom model. J.J. Thomson's atom model is similar to the seeds present in a watermelon. According to J.J. Thomson, an atom is a positively charged mass, and the negatively charged electrons are present randomly as the seeds of watermelon are present in a watermelon. Then came the scientist Ernest Rutherford, who discovered nucleus. He discovered nucleus by conducting a very famous experiment called alpha scattering experiment. Alpha particles are positively charged particles. Alpha particles are produced by a source like radium. In alpha scattering experiment, there is a source for alpha particles, then there is a thin gold foil, then a fluorescent screen. The alpha particles produced from its source are allowed to fall on the thin gold foil. As a result, scattering of alpha particles takes place, and these scattered alpha particles fall on the fluorescent screen and they are recorded. So this is very famous alpha scattering experiment. Radium is a source of alpha particles. Alpha particles from radium fall on thin gold foil and get scattered in different directions. And the scattered alpha particles are recorded in the fluorescent screen. After conducting the famous alpha scattering experiment, Ernest Rutherford observed some observations from that experiment. The first observation was that most of the alpha particles passed through the atom. Second was that some of the alpha particles, they deflected from the straight line. And the third observation was that very few alpha particles got completely bounced back. Okay, children? So these three observations were made from alpha scattering experiment by the scientist Ernest Rutherford. The first observation was that most of the alpha particles passed through the atom, passed through the gold foil without any deviation, without any deflection. They passed through the gold foil in a straight line. Then the second observation was that some of the alpha particles, they got deflected from their straight line. They got deflected from their straight line. They didn't pass through the gold foil in a straight line. Instead, they got deflected from their straight line. So that was the second observation of Ernest Rutherford from alpha scattering experiment. The third observation was that very few alpha particles got completely bounced back. Completely bounced back. They didn't pass through the atom. They got completely deflected. They got completely bounced back. So these observations of Ernest Rutherford from alpha scattering experiment made him propose a theory called Rutherford's atomic model. 5 important postulates are there in Rutherford's atomic model. They are, the first one is, an atom consists of large empty space. This postulate is made on the first observation. This first postulate is made from the first observation made by Ernest Rutherford from alpha scattering experiment. The first observation of Rutherford from alpha scattering experiment is most of the alpha particles passed through the gold foil in a straight line. So this made him propose that most part of an atom is empty. Okay, children. See, based on the second postulate, based on the second observation, he proposed the second postulate. There is a positively charged mass at the center of the atom, and this is called as nucleus. So this is the birth of nucleus. This is the point where Ernest Rutherford discovered nucleus of an atom. Based on the observations from alpha scattering experiment, Ernest Rutherford concluded that he proposed that there is a positively charged mass at the center of an atom. It is called as nucleus. Since some of the alpha particles, they got deflected back, he concluded that there is a positively charged mass at the center of an atom because alpha particles are positively charged. We know that like poles repel each other. Since alpha particles get deflected on hitting the thin gold foil, there must be something, there must be some mass which is positively charged, he thought, and so he proposed this postulate that there is a positively charged mass at the center of an atom called nucleus. The third postulate of Ernest Rutherford's atomic model is the size of nucleus of an atom is very small when compared to the size of an atom. Okay. Then the fourth postulate is the electrons revolve around the nucleus of an atom in close circular paths called orbits. So orbits are the close circular paths in which the electrons revolve around the nucleus in an atom. So this postulate is similar to the solar system, our solar system. In our solar system, sun is at the center and the planets revolve in fixed orbits around the ultimate source of energy, the sun. Similarly, in Ernest Rutherford's atomic model, the nucleus of an atom is at the center at the center, and the electrons revolve around the nucleus in circular fixed orbits. Okay, children? Then the fifth postulate of Ernest Rutherford's atom model is an atom is electrically neutral. An atom is electrically neutral. This means that the number of positive charges in an atom is equal to the number of negative charges in an atom. So, according to Rutherford, the number of positively charged protons is equal to the number of negatively charged electrons in an atom, and so an atom is electrically neutral. Okay. So this is atomic structure. Protons are positively charged. The neutrons are neutral. They don't carry any charge. And the electrons are negatively charged. Protons and neutrons are collectively present at the center of an atom inside nucleus, and protons and neutrons are collectively called as nucleons. They are called as nucleons. So the nucleons are present inside the nucleus of an atom. Nucleus is present at the center of an atom, as the sun is present at the center of our solar system. Then the negatively charged electrons, they revolve around the nucleus in circular orbits, fixed circular orbits. Okay, children? Now we are going to learn the limitations of Rutherford's atom model. Rutherford's atom model failed to explain the stability of an atom. The stability of an atom was not explained by Rutherford's atomic model, so it met with a failure. According to electromagnetic theory, a moving electron gets accelerated and continuously loses energy. When an electron continuously loses energy, it will at one point lose all its energy and it will fall into the nucleus of an atom. But this doesn't happen. If it happens, then an atom is unstable. Actually, an atom is very stable. So the stability of an atom was not correctly explained by Rutherford's atomic model, and it met with a failure. This is scientist John Dalton. He had proposed the first atomic theory. According to John Dalton, atoms are indivisible, atoms cannot be divided further, and atoms are the smallest particles of matter. This is scientist J.J. Thomson. He is credited with the discovery of the negatively charged electrons. Electrons were the very first subatomic particles to be discovered by J.J. Thomson. This is scientist Ernest Rutherford. He is credited with the discovery of nucleus. He is famous for his experiment, thin gold foil experiment, which is also called as alpha scattering experiment. Ernest Rutherford was a former student of the scientist J.J. Thomson. He is scientist Niels Bohr. He is famous for his atomic model, which says that the electrons revolve around the nucleus of an atom in definite circular paths called orbits. He is scientist James Chadwick. He is credited with the discovery of neutrally charged neutrons. I hope you might have understood today's class, children. Thank you, children.